Hi, I'm Gray Yule. Today I want to help you install your new American Standard filter shower rail. It's a really cool product. Everybody loves clean water. The filter removes chlorine, and what that's going to do is make your hair and skin feel so much better. Before we get started, let's look at your install options, what's in the box, and what tools you're going to need. We want to make sure that you have everything before you remove the existing shower head. If you're missing anything, don't worry about sending it back. Just call the number below and we will quickly get you the missing piece. As for tools you will need, we recommend a measuring tape, a level, a Phillips head screwdriver, pliers or a wrench, plumber's tape, and maybe a drill if you're doing a permanent installation. The first thing I need you to know is we're not doing anything with your existing shower valve. Let's remove your shower head, and if it's a little stubborn, you're going to need the wrench or the pliers to loosen it up. We need to remove the shower arm, and a trick that I learned from the plumbers is if it's in there really tight, just put a screwdriver in the end, and that will give you additional leverage. We've removed the shower arm. Let's get started on the install. The first part we'll need is the brass adapter. We're going to take the plumber's tape and put it on the threads on the end of the adapter. This will give us a good seal. The brass adapter goes in where the shower arm came out. So we go ahead and just thread that in. And then I get out my tape measure. I want to make sure that the adapter is sticking out a minimum of 1 inch from the wall, but not more than 2 5/16. The next parts I'm going to want are the actual shower rail and the brass bottom adapter. This next part is really important. We want to make sure that the distance from the top adapter to the bottom adapter is precisely 24 inches. We can use our measuring tape to do that, but I find a good trick is if I take the shower rail and put the bottom adapter in and just slide the top part of the rail onto the adapter and then position my rail exactly where I want it, move it, and mark the holes for the bottom brass adapter. Now we know where we want the bottom adapter. Let's mark both holes to get the exact position. For a more permanent installation of the bottom adapter, we would drill holes where we marked on the wall and use the anchors and screws that came in the box. It also comes with 3M double-face tape on the back. That's what I'm going to use for this installation. Because I'm going to use the double-face tape, I've got to make sure that the wall is really clean, that when I install it, I want it to really stick. The next step is to install the escutcheons. The small escutcheon goes onto the top of the rail, and you want to push it all the way on. The large escutcheon goes onto the bottom, and again, push it all the way on, making sure you get past where the set screws go. Now we need to install the 4 set screws that came in the box. There are 2 that will be installed at the top of the rail and 2 at the bottom of the rail. I'm going to use the Allen wrench that was also provided and just thread it in. And 2 set screws that go at the bottom. A good tip, make sure the set screws at the top are not in too deep or it will not slide on to the top adapter. Same is true for the bottom. Make sure the set screws are not in too far, and it's now time to put in the bottom adapter and remove the cover on the double-face tape. All right, we're ready. Let's slide the top of the rail onto the top adapter. And checking my marks on the wall, I line up the bottom adapter and then press. I'm going to want to press and hold that double-face tape for 30 seconds to get good adhesion. This is important. If you use the double-face tape, you need to wait 24 hours to make sure it adheres correctly. If you use it too soon, it won't stick, and that's no fun. I find when I install this, very often the top is in too far. So I'm going to take my level and put it on the bar and adjust it out until the rail is perfectly level. Now that I have it adjusted right, it's time to tighten all 4 of the set screws. The 2 set screws at the top, and of course the 2 set screws at the bottom. Now we're ready to push the escutcheons up against the finished wall. The one at the top just pushes and stays in place using a rubber O-ring. The bottom escutcheon is held in place with an adhesive, so I remove the paper backing and slide the escutcheon up against the wall and press. My shower rail is in place, and good news, gang, the toughest part is over. It's pretty easy from here. Now I'm ready for the filter. I've taken it out of the package, and you can see on the back side is a sticker that I'm going to remove. And before I install it, I'm going to rinse it under running water to make sure I flush out any particles that might be in there. Back at the rail, I'm going to remove the cover from the filter housing. The filter fits into the cover, and I can feel it snap into place. Now let's put the entire assembly back into the housing, and you can just hand tighten. That was pretty easy, and here's the good news. That filter will last about 4 months based on an average family of 4 showering once a day. Unless you live in a frat house or if you have a dirt phobia, then it's going to be sooner. But that represents about 5,000 gallons of water going through the filter. What I typically do is like to have that replacement filter already ordered and ready to go. And that's easy to do. You just go to americanstandard.com and order a new one. Now we're ready to install the hose. Notice that the coupling on each end of the hose are 2 different lengths. We're going to install the shorter length coupling to the bottom of the rail. Okay, now turn the water on. You can see I'm aiming the hose at the drain. We're going to let the water run for a minute to get the filter completely flushed. This is also a great time to check the rest of the installation to make sure there aren't any leaks. All right, we're so close. The final step is to take the long end of the coupling and thread it onto the end of the hand shower. Once it's firmly in place, I just put it in the holder. Let's check to make sure everything is working. The adjustment is simple by flicking the lever up and down on the slide bar. And then if I turn the shower on, let's check to make sure all the different functions are working properly. Looks good. Okay, that's a wrap. Good job. Remember, and this is important, if you use the adhesive for mounting the bottom of the rail, you're going to want to wait 24 hours before taking that first shower. Good things come to those who wait. If you enjoyed yours truly in the video, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out our other videos. Leave us a review at americanstandard.com, and happy showering.